Hi my loves, my name is Bethany and I am the Yogi Witch, and welcome to my yoga studio. This is my little wild yoga studio based down here in Pembrokeshire, Wales. If you've never been, then today is a little glimpse of my little sanctuary where we will be filming today's flow. So today's flow is actually based on a flow I've been teaching in my classes this week at the Wild Yoga Studio, and it is called a twist and turn flow. So it's a vinyasa flow, creating a little bit of heat, but working around and playing with the mobility, the flexibility, the space that is in our spine. Now, twist are one of my favorite things in yoga. I love the idea of detoxifying the body, finding ourselves in very awkward little binds, etc. So you might need some props today. You can grab yourself some bolsters, blocks, anything that you need, and always remember to modify this flow to your practice. But when you are ready, grab yourself some coffee, tea, water, anything, and I will meet you on the mat to start. Okay, so to begin this flow, you're going to come to lie all the way flat on your mat. First, taking those hands all the way overhead. Give yourself a beautiful full body stretch. Before you relax those hands down by your side, close the eyes and start to tune into your body, into your breath. So you can choose what energy you need today for your practice. If you're looking for some balance, you're looking for strength, you can flip those palms down to connect with the earth. Or if you're looking for some healing, maybe a little bit of joy, you can flip those palms up towards the sky. So choosing what you need now, and then beginning your practice by simply taking your attention to your breath. Feeling every inhale and every exhale. Being conscious of where this breath is going, the journey it takes through your body. If it's sitting just in the top of the lungs, or if it's able to flow freely all the way to the base of the belly. Just spending a few more moments here, feeling every inhale and every exhale. And if you'd like to add a bit more into your beginning part of the flow, so your grounding breath, you can bring the bottom of the feet together, coming into some butterfly legs, so allow those hips to open to the side. If this is uncomfortable for you, then popping 2 blocks underneath the knees to give you a bit of support, a bit of stability. Now in my practice, I don't like keeping my legs in stillness when I'm in butterfly pose. I do like finding a little bit of movement from side to side, so you're welcome to stay into stillness or to find some movement. But staying in whatever pose, whatever movement that you choose for a few more breaths, in through the nose and out through the nose. And then when you're ready, you're gently going to bring these knees back together very slowly, and all together allow those knees to roll to the right hand side. Take your gaze over to the left, maybe bringing those arms into a T shape or bending them at the elbows. Come to your cactus arms. And then keeping those arms where they are, you're going to inhale to bring those knees into the center. Exhale, switch it all the way to the other side. And then moving a little bit deeper with our spinal twist, you're going to inhale to draw both those knees into the center, and then hugging the left knee nice and close, you're going to allow that right leg to relax all the way to mat. Using your right hand, guide this left knee across the body. Now the goal is not to get the knee to the floor, the goal is to keep both shoulders on the mat. So maybe you stay here, or maybe you keep that arm bent into your cactus arms. But coming into a deeper spinal twist now. And then with control, inhale to draw both knees back into the center. Hug the right knee close, allow the left leg to relax, and let's take the stretch to the other side. Again, keeping both shoulders on the mat, maybe moving the arm into cactus arms if it's available. Beautiful, inhale. This time extending that right leg on the mat, take both arms overhead, creating a strange kind of C shape on the mat. You're going to walk those feet over to the left corner, walk those hands over, get a beautiful stretch down the right hand side of the body. Into the center, let's take it all the way over to the left hand side. Beautiful, walking them back into the center. One final full body stretch, point those fingers, point those toes. Before we hug the knees in nice and close to the body, extend the legs to the sky, cross the ankles, and begin to take a few forwards and backwards roll, massaging the top of the spine all the way to the base, until you land on a seated position. So from here, you're going to extend those legs up and move briefly into your boat pose, hugging that core in, space along the collarbone. Let's wake up this core. Inhale through the nose. And exhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Cross those ankles. Coming into a beautiful seated position, moving on to those sit bones. You're going to keep the spine lovely and tall as we inhale to lift the chest. And you're going to take those arms all the way overhead. And exhale, twist to the left hand side. Right hand comes on this left knee. Inhale to lift and exhale to twist. Beautiful. Inhale, both hands come overhead. And exhale to twist. Again, your next inhale, lift that chest. And exhale to twist a little bit deeper. One more time on either side. We're going to inhale, hands come nice and high. Exhale, twist to the left hand side. Inhale, hands come up. Exhale, twist it back over to the right hand side. Beautiful. And then from here, turn myself, look at the camera. You're going to take those hands all the way overhead, interlock the fingers, take them behind the head. Inhale to lift that chest. And exhale, let's move this body all the way over to the left-hand side, waking up the right-hand side of the body and also engaging this core. Keep that spine lifted, don't fall in. Inhale. And exhale, beautiful. On your next inhale, lift that chest into the center. Exhale over to the right. One more time, either side. Inhale into the center. Exhale to the left. Inhale into the center. Exhale to the right. And then inhale into the center, taking those hands all the way behind the back, interlock the fingers, pop that chest open, drawing that right ear over to the right shoulder. Into the center, over to the left. And then back into the center. From here, you're going to interlock those fingers. God, I'm moving around the mat today. Interlock these fingers, take these hands up to the sky, flip the palms as you inhale to lift the chest. Imagine that you're pulling back those hands, a mini back bend. Exhale to curve the spine and push those hands forward. Inhale to lift all the way up. Exhale to push it forwards. Inhale up. And exhale forward 2 more times. Inhale all the way up. Exhale all the way forwards. 1 more time, really pushing into those hands, starting to feel that heat. You inhale, hands come up. Exhale, push those hands all the way forwards before gently bringing the hands to the mat, rolling over those knees, coming into your tabletop position. And from here, simply taking some more cat-cows. So inhale to drop that chest, take it all the way forwards. Exhale to curve the spine, bring the chin to the chest. Inhale. And exhale. So working a few more times through this movement at the rhythm of your own breath. So trying to make some nice transitions. So not simply jaggering the body, try and make it as smooth as possible as you arch the spine and then move to the curving of it. And then without rushing, coming back to a neutral spine, bring those big toes together, take those knees wide, and you're going to sink the body down into your child's pose. So bringing that forehead into the mat, arms are outstretched. Making this an active child's pose today by pushing into those hands to lift the elbows off the mat. So opening up these hips a little bit more. And if this child's pose is enough for you, you can stay here, my loves. Or if you want to add a little bit more, moving into those twists, you can thread the right arm all the way underneath the left, coming into your thread the needle child's pose. Again, simply closing the eyes here. Inhale to thread the right arm, and then exhale, let's take this movement to the other side. So left arm comes underneath the right. Beautiful. From here, thread the left arm back to the mat, pushing into those palms, roll your body to your tabletop position. If you have a coffee or tea, take it a sip now. Yum. If you don't know me or you're new to my channel, then I am a caffeine fiend, so yep. I've had my caffeine hit, so it's going to be a bit spicy now. So when you're ready, tuck those toes, move into your first down dog. So really start to make some movement in the legs, bending one knee, bending another. Anything that you like, feeling good here. And then walking those feet just a few centimeters forward, not too far, just enough to feel comfortable. Now twist. You're going to bring that right hand to that left leg, take the gaze underneath the armpit. Right hand comes to the mat. Let's take this twist to the other side. Left hand grabs that right leg. Beautiful. Coming back into your down dog, walk those feet back out. And rolling onto those tippy toes, come into your plank, finding your strong plank here. And then bending the elbows, take a vinyasa, lower the body all the way down. Keeping those elbows bent and close to the body, hips low. Inhale into cobra. Exhale all the way down. Inhale, extend those arms to upward dog. Maybe looking back at one leg. Into the center, look back at the other. And then tuck those toes and move back into your down dog, bringing those feet together at the back of the mat. On your inhale, send that right leg all the way to the sky. Point those toes. And then bend this knee, moving into your split dog. Inhale. And exhale. That right elbow, or that right knee is going to give a tap to that right elbow and step that right foot outside of the mat, coming into your lizard pose. So from here, we're going to crease the heat a little bit, find a bit of flexibility with our lizard pose raises. So keeping the left hand down, you're going to inhale, right hand comes to the sky. And if this is enough for you, you can stay here, or you're going to pivot on that left foot. Drop the hips down. Inhale to pivot back on those toes, lift all the way up. Exhale down. Inhale. Exhale 2 more times. Inhale, beautiful. Exhale, drop those hips. Inhale up. Exhale down, final time. Inhale all the way up. Taking that right hand back to the mat. Lower that left leg, it's available, moving into your lizard pose. But if it's available today, you can come onto your forearms, maybe moving on to the side of the foot. Staying here for a few more breaths, in through the nose and out through the nose. And then moving back onto your hands, right foot comes into the mat. You're going to walk it all the way in between the thumbs. Lifting those toes and moving into your half split. So don't drop these hips all the way back. You want to keep these hips up. Inhaling to look forward and exhale to forward fold. If you don't have the space today, you can use a couple of blocks underneath the hands. Inhale and exhale, bringing these toes all the way down, getting yourself comfortable. And then inhaling, move into your low lunge. From your low lunge, we're going to pivot the body into our awkward twist, so turning to face the right hand side, bringing these arms into a T shape. You can stay here, or if it feels okay for your knee today, maybe you bend the left leg, find that foot. Coming into a deeper awkward twist. Staying here for 2 breaths, pushing into that front foot to keep you nice and steady. Beautiful, inhale. And exhale to gently release those left toes. And from here, push into this front foot, sweep those arms overhead, high lunge. Bending into that front knee, don't escape it. Inhale and exhale to frame the front foot, stepping all the way forward, finding your forward fold. So inhale to sweep those hands to the shins, or move your fingertips, look all the way forwards. And exhale to forward fold, maybe finding the elbows here, or you can find the big toes, whatever suits you and your practice today. But inhaling and exhaling here, my loves. 2 more breaths in your forward folds, pivoting a little bit of weight onto your tippy toes. Draw these heels down to come a little bit deeper, sending those hips higher. And then releasing the fingertips to the mat or sweeping to the shins. Inhale to look forwards. Exhale, place the hands down, step back one leg, step back another, find yourself in your plank. And when you're ready, moving through your vinyasa, lower the body all the way down. First, inhaling into your cobra, so keep those hips low. Inhale. Exhale down. Inhale, extend those arms, upward dog. Exhale, tuck those toes, move back into your down dog. Ready to take it to the other side to bring those big toes together. Inhale to sweep the left leg to the sky, bend this knee, split dog. And then when you're ready, draw this left knee over to the left elbow. Take this foot outside of the mat and move to your lizard pose. Again, we're going to take those lizard lunges. So leaving the right hand down, inhale, left hand comes to the sky. You can stay here, or maybe you drop those hips down. Inhale up. Exhale down, beautiful. Inhale. Exhale. 3 more times, inhale. Exhale down. For 3. A lot more stiff on this side. For 2. And for 1. Take this left hand to the mat, maybe moving onto that right leg behind you, and if it's available, you can move onto your forearm. So feeling a lot more stiffer in my left leg today than I do in my right. So remembering that yoga is a competition, it isn't a chance to show off, it's a chance to listen to your body, to find a bit of magic on the mat. So if your body isn't comfortable in the pose, then don't force it to go there. Stay where it feels good for you without causing any injury. So stay in your lizard pose for a few more breaths. And then when you're ready, walking that left foot into the center of your mat. Inhale and exhale, lift those toes and forward fold here. Inhale and exhale, toes come back to the mat. Moving in to your low lunge, find some comfortability. Find yourself a good position in your low lunge, one that you feel comfortable in, as we inhale to lift that chest. Exhale, awkward twist all the way over to the left hand side. And again, if it's available today, you can lift up that back knee. Maybe find that foot. And move a little bit deeper into your twist. Inhale. And exhale, 2 more breaths. Inhale. And on your exhale, gently releasing these right toes down, pushing in to this front foot. Sweep those hands overhead, high lunge. Staying here for a moment, bending into that front knee, don't escape it. Before we frame the front foot and move back into our forward fold. Inhale to look forwards. Exhale to forward fold, however your forward fold might be looking today. Maybe finding a sway from side to side. And then releasing those hands to the mat. Inhale to look all the way forward, straighten that back. Exhale, plant the hands down into the mat, step back one leg, step back another, and let's take our chaturanga or our vinyasa. So moving on to those tippy toes. Bend the elbows, lower the body all the way down. Inhale first into your cobra. Exhale down. Inhale to your upward dog. This time again, taking a look back at one leg. Into the center, look back at the other. And then tuck those toes, move briefly back into your down dog here. Before lowering those knees to the mat, bringing the big toes together and sink back into your child's pose. So forehead comes to the mat. And you can make an active child's pose by extending those arms, lifting the elbows off the mat. Or if you search for more restorative, you can bring those arms down by your side. For me, I'm going to take a quick sip of my coffee. So after spending all of last week in the studio and in my flows, concentrating on the lower body, so hip openers, a little bit of core strength, it feels so almost stiff to be practicing the twists today. But I do love twists, and I know I'll feel so good afterwards with them. These twists are a beautiful way to kind of develop our back bends, to kind of release ourselves of any pain in the lower spine or in the shoulders. And it is a really fun way to kind of experiment with poses, have a look about how much deeper we can go. So feeling a little bit stiff in this flow, but I know I will be better off as soon as I'm done. So, one final sip of my coffee before coming in to child's pose. So remembering that if child's pose doesn't work for you today, you can come to any resting pose you like. You can come into your down dog. You know what, you can even come into a headstand if you really, really want it today. But spending a few more moments here before we really start to kick up the heat in our flow. So taking a look at our fallen triangle, taking a look at our wild thing, as well as our binds. And if the forehead's on the mat, you're more than welcome to roll it from side to side. Massaging the space between the eyebrows where the third eye can be found. Maybe waking it up. Giving ourselves 2 more breaths here.
And then when you're ready, my loves, taking those hands into the mat. On your inhale, roll into your tabletop, finding your tabletop, your position. And then when you're ready, tuck those toes, lift the hip bones into the sky, down dog. From here, let's play around. So bringing those big toes to touch at the back of the mat. Inhale to sweep that right leg to the sky, bend this knee, split dog. Inhale. And exhale, hugging in this core. You're going to give that right elbow a tap with the right knee. And send it back up to the sky, split dog. Right knee comes all the way into the center, hugging it up here. Before we take it back up to the sky, beautiful. This time, drawing this right knee all the way underneath the body to touch that left elbow. And then you're going to extend this leg on the mat, lift the left hand into the sky, push into the right hand, move to fallen triangle. Hold it here for 2 breaths, in through the nose and out through the nose. Ooh, feeling that power. And then when you're ready, let's play around. Take the left hand to the mat. Slide back into a 3-legged down dog. Before stepping that right toes onto the mat behind you. Inhale into your wild thing. Let's open up the side body here. 2 breaths. Ooh. And then taking the right hand to the mat, pivot back into your down dog. Beautiful. Before we immediately step that right foot all the way through. Oh, finding your steadiness. Inhale into your high lunge. Exhale, pivot that back foot to come parallel back in the mat. Walk this front foot forward. Roll back the shoulders and move into your warrior 2. Again, hold it here for 2 breaths. Inhale. And exhale, bend the right elbow on top of this right knee. Sweep the left hand up and over into the sky. If it's available, you stay here. Or you can go further by maybe dropping that right hand next to the right foot. Or if you can go even further, maybe you find your bind. So rolling that left shoulder all the way back, find the right hand. Staying here, 2 more breaths. Inhale. And then taking this right hand back to the mat, pushing into it, move back to warrior 2. Inhale to high lunge, yes, my loves. Exhale to prayer twist, whoop, all the way to the right hand side. Pushing into this left elbow, twist yourself deeper. You can stay here, or maybe, you find the bind. Left hand finds those right fingers. Very deep. Staying here, 2 breaths. Before untangling the bind, frame the front foot, move back to down dog. Spicy little flow. That coffee's not cutting it. And then when you're ready, let's take this pose and this flow to the other side. So bring those big toes together. Inhale to sweep the left leg to the sky. Bend this knee off, split dog. Inhale. Exhale to draw this left knee over to the left elbow. Give it a tap. Send it back up to the sky, split dog. Moving into the center, draw this knee all the way in. Hold it here. Take it back up to the sky. Beautiful, my loves. This time, taking this left knee to the right elbow. Slide it under. And find your fallen triangle on the other side. Again, hold it here for 2 breaths.
Oh, it's a very strong pose, my loves, and let's play around. Right hand comes to the mat, slide, whoop, this left leg up to the sky, maybe stepping it behind the right, and find your wild thing on the other side. Staying here, 2 breaths. Keeping that breath nice and steady, don't worry, it's hurting for me too. Inhale. And exhale, move back to your down dogs, yes. And then stepping this left foot all the way forwards. Inhale to your high lunge. Exhale, roll back the shoulders, move to warrior 2. Bending into this front knee, let's not escape the burn, hold it here. Inhale. Exhale, left elbow on this left knee. Sweeping the right arm up and over, side angle. You can stay here, or maybe this left hand finds the outside left foot. Or even more, you might be able to find your bind, so tucking that left elbow under the left knee. Staying here again, 2 more breaths. Inhale. And exhale. On your next inhale, release your bind and move back briefly to warrior 2. Left leg is burning. And then sweep those hands up to the sky, high lunge, get yourself comfortable here. Before we prayer twist all the way to the right hand side. Again, maybe you stay here, or maybe you're able to find your bind. Recognizing in my personal practice today that this right shoulder has a lot more mobility than the left. So staying here, 2 more breaths, you've got this. Inhale. And exhale. Frame that front foot, untie your bind. Step into your plank and let's take our vinyasa all together. So coming onto those tippy toes, lowering that body all the way down with control. Inhale first into cobra, keep those hips nice and low. Exhale down. Inhale all the way to upward dog. Tuck those toes, come briefly back into your down dog here. Before we lower those knees to the mat, and this time coming to sit back in our hero's pose, taking a few shoulder rolls in one direction, taking them in the other, maybe adding a few neck rolls from side to side, anything that feels good for you. Wave those arms. There's a lot of pressure onto the hands, onto the wrist today. So taking this resting pose to give them a few little rolls, a few little moments of TLC. For me, taking a moment to excuse myself for my breathlessness, but this is the reality of doing yoga. Someone commented on one of my videos the other day about the pressure of a perfect yoga teacher, and I do agree with this. I am not perfect. I'm really out of breath. And I'm thinking, eating a packet of chocolate digestives and having a coffee before this flow was maybe not the smartest of ideas, but what else am I gonna have for breakfast? So when you've taken your movement, you can stay in your hero's pose, you can come to your child's pose, or you can take the hip bones to the sky, come to your down dog. But wherever you are, staying here for a few more breaths, in through the nose and out through the nose. Finding some nice inhales and some nice exhales through the nose, my darlings. One more mini flow to do, so mixing in a few stretches with the power, so the yin and the yang here. Maybe even coming to look at our wheel if it's available. So for those who've never been to my yoga studio, I'm in the heart of a beautiful village called Solva, which is my home village, and it's a very big tourist destination, and I'm filming this on the bank holiday Sunday. And there's a lot of people coming up to the door. If you live in a tourist town, wherever you are in the world, then know that I see you, I hear you. It can be such a pain in the butt. For saying that, I've had the most amazing yogis come to my yoga studio this summer. The most amazing yogis. And I hope they're watching now. So 2 more breaths wherever you are, my loves. I'll shut up now. And then when you're ready, if you're in the child's pose, bring yourself tabletop. If you're in heroes, roll forwards. One final time, let's work through some cat-cows. So maybe taking those knees a little bit wider now, tuck those toes. Inhale to arch the spine, look all the way forwards. And exhale to curve it, bring the chin into the chest. Working through this a couple more times, inhale. And exhale. Before gently pressing into those toes to bring the knees close and then lift the hip bones into the sky. Down dog. Finding some stillness, some grounding here in your down dog for a couple of breaths. So if your body still craves movement, you're more than welcome to find movement, or you can join me in stillness, remembering that this is your practice. But wherever you are, you're going to inhale and exhale for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, and for 1. Bring those big toes together. Inhale, right leg comes to the sky, bend this knee, split dog. And this time draw this right knee all the way over to the left elbow. Let's move to fallen triangle again. This time adding a bit of strength before we move to a cool down. So inhale to push those hips up. Exhale to drop them down 5 times. Inhale. Exhale. For 4, 3, you've got this. 2, yes. And 1, this time lower those hips down. Bend the left leg into the right. Inhale to lift that chest. Exhale to forward fold. So not forcing the body to the toes, look where your body is going, where it wants to go. So even if you take hold of the space below the knee, you're going to inhale and exhale to gently forward fold, wherever feels good for you. Listen to your body day for 2 more breaths. And then inhale to look at those toes. Exhale to raise the body up. This time, right hand comes behind us. Push into the right toes, into the right hand. As you inhale to lift into your wild thing. Exhale to drop the hips back down. Hug this left knee in close with the right arm and find another twist. A little bit of strange movement today, guys. Sorry if I'm not describing them clear enough. Inhale. And exhale, bring the body forward. You're going to slide this left leg back into our fallen triangle position. So take the right hand just behind you. Inhale, back to fallen triangle. Exhale, move and slide your body into your down dog. This time, we're going to bring this right knee to the right wrist and find our way to our pigeon pose. So inhale to lift this chest up. Exhale to move down onto the forearms. If you have mermaid in your pose or in your practice, or you're more than welcome to move into it, or if pigeon pose is enough, you stay here. If you find that this right hip keeps dropping, just pop a block underneath it here. Finding wherever you are, mermaid, pigeon for 2 more breaths. And then to move out of this, we're going to move slowly by bringing those hands next to the head. Inhale to lift up. This time, walk those hands a little bit further back. Open up this heart for 5 breaths, so very deep back bend. Inhale. Exhale, ignoring the tourists that are coming up. Inhale. And exhale, 2 more breaths, my darlings. Beautiful. Placing the hands back to the mat, tuck those left toes, and you're going to move back into your 3-legged down dog. Really point those toes as high as they can go. Maybe taking a few ankle rolls, rolling it in one direction, rolling it in another. Before we draw this right knee into the chest, step through first into your high lunge. Inhale, take the hands high. And exhale, pivot that back foot. Almost if you move into warrior 2, but you're going to bring both feet parallel. Get yourself comfortable in your wide-legged fold. Make as much movement as you need. Inhale, mini back bend. Hands come to the hips. Exhale to forward fold. So finding where feels good for you, wherever that might be. But pivoting a little bit of weight onto the toes, tippy toes. Draw those heels down. Inhale. And exhale. On your next inhale, push into those hands. Take your gaze forward, right hand comes into the mat. Inhale, left hand comes to the sky. If you want to go deeper, you can bend that left elbow, maybe touching the right thigh with your left hand. Take the gaze up to the sky. Before gently releasing it back down, switch sides, left hand comes into the center. Inhale, right hand comes to the sky. Again, you can go deeper by maybe touching that left thigh with the right hand. Beautiful. Before releasing those hands back to the mat, inhale to look forward. Exhale, bend the knees, draw that body all the way up. One more stretch. This time, roll back the shoulders. Find those hands, pop the chest forwards. Inhale. And exhale to forward fold. Before bending those knees, draw back on those hands. Inhale to lift, my loves. Exhale to pivot that front foot forwards. Release the toes, or release the hands. Frame the front foot and step back to down dog. Pedal out those legs. And let's move straight away to the other side. So bring the big toes together. Inhale, the left leg comes high. Bend that knee, come to split dog. Inhale and exhale, draw this right knee over
to the left knee, over to the right elbow. Slide that foot under. Fallen triangle. Let's make these raises again 5 more times. Drop down. Inhale to lift. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, you've got this. And 1, lower this hip to the mat. Bend this right knee into the chest. Extend it all the way to the side. And forward fold for your single leg stretch 1 more time. I'm sorry that I'm away from the camera, but you know what you're doing. I have faith. Inhale to look at those toes. Exhale to raise the body up, taking the left hand behind you. Move on to those right toes. Inhale back into your wild thing. Open up the side body. Exhale all the way down, hugging this right knee in close with the left arm. Twist the body all the way around. And on your next exhale, moving back into the center, extend this right leg. Take the left hand behind, move back to fallen triangle. And then take the right hand back to the mat. Step into your down dog, ready to take our pigeon pose to the other side. So bending the right left knee into the chest, bring it to the left wrist. And move yourself into your pigeon pose. Again, if you have mermaid, you can find that. Or you can move all the way down to the floor. Finding your pigeon pose, checking in with your body. How is this side feeling in comparison to the other? Staying here for just 2 more breaths. In through the nose and out through the nose. And then when you're ready, taking those hands next to the chest. Inhale to lift. Let's make this back bend again by taking the hands next to the chest. Open up this heart. 5 breaths. Super deep pose. You've got this. Inhale for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Hands come to the mat. Slide back into your down dog. Oh, feeling these legs here. Feeling your spine. Before we step the left leg all the way through, inhale first a high lunge. Exhale almost if you're moving to your warrior 2, but bring in both feet parallel. Hands come to the hips. Inhale, mini back bend. Exhale, wide leg forward fold. However this pose might look for you, remember, don't force the body to go where you don't feel comfortable. Staying here, 2 more breaths. Inhale. And exhale. On your next inhale, sweep those hands all the way forwards, looking all the way straight ahead. Right hand comes into the center, left hand comes to the sky. Move into your twist once more. Before releasing this left hand down, inhale, right hand comes to the sky. Exhale, take the right hand to the mat, and then you're going to take the hands to the hips, bend the knees, bring the body all the way up. This time, moving to a different shoulder stretch, we're going to step that body all the way back to our forward fold. Inhale, the hands come high, stretch them all the way to the sky. And then exhale to find those hands. Pop open the shoulders, bend the knees, and forward fold. Inhale to draw back these hands, releasing the fingertips to the mat. Look all the way forwards. Exhale, plant the hands down, step back one leg, step back another, and take your final vinyasa. So roll into your tippy toes, lower that body all the way down. Inhale, keep the hips low to cobra. Exhale down. Inhale to upward dog. And this time, slide that left arm forward. You're going to thread the right arm all the way underneath, coming in to your thread the needle pose, so coming into a much deeper stretch than the first one. Truly beginning to cool down here. And then with control on your inhale, slide the right arm out and let's thread the left arm all the way underneath. Take the stretch to the other. To take the left arm back underneath, and from here you're simply just going to roll all the way onto your back, making yourself nice and comfy onto the mat, and then hugging one knee, hugging another into your chest. Just gently roll from side to side. So we're going to move into our shoulder stand and our plow, just to close the back a little bit, to counterbalance all these gorgeous twists and turns we've done today. So if you don't have a shoulder stand or plow in your practice, simply come to your happy baby by taking the outside of the feet and ensuring that you're pushing that lower spine to the mat. If you have shoulder stand, you're going to lift those legs all the way into the sky, pointing those toes. And then when you're ready, flex the feet, bring those legs together and allow those legs come overhead, touching the mat behind you. Maybe finding your fingertips holding here. Not staying here too much longer. Gently
Roll that body gently back into the mat. Hug these knees nice and close. Rocking from side to side. Allowing them for one final twist to roll to the right hand side. Take your gaze to the left. Again, take your arms into a T shape or bend them at the elbows to cactus arms. Inhale, keep those arms where they are. Draw these knees into the center. Exhale, let's switch sides. Inhale, these knees come back into the center. Hug them closer, lifting your head, lifting your shoulders, giving yourself a well-deserved hug. One more squeeze here. Before rolling the body back and making your way into your Shavasana, however your Shavasana might look today. Maybe using a bolster, maybe using blocks, anything that you like. But simply moving your way into your pose, find it here. Ready to take a few more moments of silence. If you find that your spine is still maybe a little bit tender or any tension from all these twists, you can bend the knees, taking the knees together and bringing the feet to the outside of the mat. Hands down by your side. Again, choosing what energy you'd like to welcome in. If you're looking for balance, for strength, your palms connect to the earth. You're looking for joy, looking for healing. Those palms face up towards the sky. Keeping your mind on your mat, within your body, your breath, for a few more moments. And if you recognize that your mind is wandering, just bring it back to your breath, feeling every inhale and every exhale. And before we move out of our delicious Shavasana, we're going to take 3 nice inhales and 3 slow exhales.
So when you're ready, inhale all the way through your nose. And exhale out the mouth. Inhale through the nose. And exhale out the mouth. Final time, inhale through the nose. And exhale out the mouth. Before simply allowing that body to roll all the way to one side of your mat, taking your hands beneath your head like a little pillow. And then when you're ready to come out, gently pressing into the hands, keep the head nice and heavy as you move that body all the way in to a comfortable seated position, any position that you like. But rolling back the shoulders, sit tall, sit proud here, gently blinking the eyes open and coming back into the room. Thank you so much, my loves, for joining me on the mat today for this twist and turn vinyasa yoga flow. I hope you feel a little bit taller, a little bit stretched, a little bit less stressed, and I hope to see you again soon. Thank you, my darlings.